The Ural Mountains, remote, unforgiving, a place of stark beauty and hidden dangers. In this frozen landscape, a tragedy would unfold, a mystery that continues to haunt us decades later. 9 hikers, young and full of life, ventured into these mountains. They sought adventure, camaraderie, and the thrill of the unknown. They found something else entirely. The hikers were students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, an experienced group led by Igor Dyatlov. They were prepared for the harsh conditions, equipped with maps, compasses, and warm clothing. Their goal was to reach Ural Mountain, a challenging but achievable objective. They set off on January 25, 1959, their spirits high, their dreams within reach. The mountains, however, held a dark secret, one that would forever etch their names into the annals of history. The journey began like any other expedition, filled with excitement and anticipation. Each member of the group was eager to conquer the challenges that lay ahead. Laughter echoed through the frozen air as the hikers made their way through the snow-covered landscape. Their spirits were high, buoyed by the camaraderie and the breathtaking beauty of the winter wilderness. They documented their progress with cameras, capturing the beauty of their surroundings and the camaraderie they shared. Every snapshot was a testament to their adventure, a memory to be cherished. The days were long, the nights even longer, but the group pressed on, driven by their shared passion for exploration. Each step forward was a triumph over the elements, a testament to their resilience and determination. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, the weather took a turn for the worse. The once gentle snowfall transformed into a relentless barrage of icy wind and snow. Temperatures plummeted, and a blizzard swept across the mountains, blanketing the landscape in a thick veil of snow. Visibility dropped, and the once familiar path became treacherous and uncertain. Despite the challenging conditions, the hikers remained in high spirits, confident in their abilities and their leaders' experience. They trusted each other implicitly, knowing that their collective strength would see them through. They set up camp on the slopes of Syakhl, a mountain known to the indigenous Mansi people as Dead Mountain. The name, though ominous, did little to dampen their enthusiasm. Unaware of the ominous name, the hikers settled in for the night, blissfully unaware of the horror that awaited them. They gathered around their tents, sharing stories and laughter, completely oblivious to the impending danger that loomed in the darkness. Something happened on the night of February 1st, 1959, something unexplainable, something terrifying. The hikers, driven by an unknown force, fled their tent in a desperate panic. They cut their way out from the inside, leaving behind their belongings, their shoes, and even some of their clothing. The temperature was below freezing, the wind howling like a banshee, yet they ran into the night barefoot and half-dressed as if fleeing from an unseen terror. What could have driven them to such extremes? What unimaginable horror could have compelled them to abandon their only shelter in the face of such brutal conditions? The answers, if they exist at all, lie buried beneath layers of snow, speculation, and the passage of time. The events of that night would forever remain a chilling mystery, a testament to the raw power and unpredictability of nature, or perhaps something else entirely. Section 4. A gruesome discovery. The investigation begins. Weeks turned into months and the mystery deepened. The hikers, once full of life and laughter, vanished without a trace, leaving behind only memories and unanswered questions. Search parties were dispatched, combing the frozen wilderness for any sign of the missing students. The harsh conditions made the search arduous and dangerous. Then, on February 26th, the first gruesome discovery was made. It was a moment that would haunt the investigators forever. The hiker's tent, battered and torn, was found on the slopes of Syakhl. It looked as if it had been slashed open from the inside. The campsite was a scene of chaos and despair, belongings strewn about as if abandoned in haste. It was clear that something had gone terribly wrong. As the search continued, more bodies were found, scattered across the mountainside. Some were barefoot, their feet frozen and blue, some clad only in their underwear despite the freezing temperatures. It was a chilling sight. The cause of death varied, adding to the mystery. Each body told a different tragic story. Some died from hypothermia, succumbing to the brutal cold. Their final moments must have been filled with unimaginable suffering. Others suffered from severe internal injuries, including fractured skulls and broken ribs. These injuries were perplexing. Strangely, there were no external signs of trauma, no bruises or lacerations to indicate a struggle. It was as if the injuries had been inflicted by an unseen force. It was as if they had been crushed by an immense invisible force. The investigators were left baffled with more questions than answers. Section 5. Whispers in the Wind, Theories Take Flight. The investigation into the Dyatlov Pass Incident was as perplexing as it was tragic. 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition only to meet a mysterious and untimely end in the Ural Mountains. The official explanation, a compelling natural force, did little to quell the rising tide of speculation. The lack of clear evidence left many questions unanswered, and the public's imagination ran wild. Theories, each more outlandish than the last, began to circulate. From the plausible to the bizarre, everyone had their own idea of what might have happened on that fateful night. Some whispered of military experiments gone wrong, pointing to strange lights seen in the sky around the time of the incident. These lights were reported by other hikers and locals, adding fuel to the fire of speculation. Others spoke of avalanches, infrasound-induced panic, or even encounters with the indigenous Mansi people. The Mansi, who have lived in the region for centuries, were initially suspected but later cleared of any involvement. Could it have been a group of Yeti, the legendary creatures said to roam the Himalayas? Some believe these elusive beings might have ventured into the Ural Mountains, leading to a deadly encounter. As the years passed, the Dyatlov Pass Incident became a breeding ground for conspiracy theories. Each new theory seemed to add another layer of mystery to an already enigmatic case. Some suggested the hikers had stumbled upon a secret Soviet testing ground and were silenced to protect sensitive information. The Cold War era was rife with secrecy, making this theory particularly compelling. Others believed the hikers had encountered something truly otherworldly, something beyond human comprehension. UFO sightings and alien encounters were popular topics at the time, and some thought the hikers might have had a close encounter of the third kind. The lack of concrete answers only fueled the flames of speculation, turning a tragic accident into a global enigma. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most baffling mysteries of the 20th century, captivating the minds of investigators, conspiracy theorists, and curious individuals alike. Section 6. Unnatural Forces, Delving into the Unexplained. One of the most enduring theories revolves around the possibility of infrasound. Infrasound, sound waves below the range of human hearing, can cause feelings of unease, panic, and even physical discomfort. Some researchers believe the hikers may have been subjected to high levels of infrasound, perhaps caused by unusual wind patterns interacting with the mountain's topography. This could explain their sudden and irrational flight from the tent, as well as the reported feelings of anxiety and dread documented in their diaries.